Come on, Sophie. Let's get going. Sophie?
She vanished.
Are you hiding? Come on.
There's not many spaces for someone that purple to be hiding. Nonali makes an appearance in the Abyss cameo fight. I don't think I ever got to do the cameo fight in Abyss. When I play Abyss again, I'm going to do all of the side content because I loved that game and I want to do all the side content because I'm pretty sure I did very little to none of it in my original playthrough. So I'll get to see that cameo fight one day.
Lord Asbel, if you're looking for Sophie, she left some time ago.
What? Did she say where she was going?
No, I'm afraid not, my lord. Isn't it a little early in the morning for all this racket?
Sophie's gone.
Well, don't panic. She probably decided to visit a flower meadow or something of that nature.
Or she was kidnapped!
Leave finding Sophie to us. Right now, you should head to the capital.
But...
Sir, daylight is wasting. I promise to devote all our efforts to finding her. It would not be good to keep King Richard waiting, my lord.
You're right, of course. Okay, I'm counting on you.
Yes, sir.
Asbel, do think about meeting with at least one young bridal prospect when you return.
Mom, I told you.
Unless, of course, your resistance is because you have someone in mind already.
No, that's not... I mean, maybe I do. But maybe I don't know.
So indecisive. This is one of the most important decisions you will ever make. So if you have your eye on someone already, I'll burn those other proposals myself.
Can we please talk about this later? I need to go.
Frederick, just tell Asbel to marry your granddaughter already? I know, right? Asbel out here wasting everyone's time. Just find Sherry and be like, hey, I finally get it. And then she'll have a wedding dress on underneath her clothes, like, ready to go, guaranteed. Abyss was my first Tales of game. It was infuriating to find missable side quests. The biggest flaw of the Tales of franchise, the older ones specifically, is how incredibly missable, like, so many side quests are. Thankfully, the recent games like Berseria and Arise don't really have that problem, so they've trended away from it. I don't know if there's no missable stuff in Berseria and Arise, but if there is missable stuff in Berseria and Arise, I think it's very little. I think most of the time you can always get back to stuff if you really want to. At least like the important side quests. Maybe you can miss a little bit of dialogue here and there, but you know. It's definitely better in more New Age Tales of games than it used to be. Looks like I'll be making another spreadsheet at some point, boys. Probably, Lone Wolf, probably. Better get paid for the work, Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf makes spreadsheets in exchange for me not banning him. That way he gets to keep talking in chat, and he gets to ban other people who act up. So that's his non-monetary payment, is me letting him have more power than he deserves. So now he gets to swing around his mod sword and be like, I'm better than everyone else. That's his payment. Richard, I'm coming to help you destroy the monster nests. Let's do it, brother. Just like old times. Except this time you won't be possessed by Lambda. Instead, Asbel will be possessed by Lambda. Oh, dude, is my Elf Mixer, like, still out? I should have recharged this ages ago. Also, I'm loaded. Do you see how much money I have? We have everyone's strongest armor and weaponry. So, for funsies, this is so stupid. I should dualize all of these joke weapons. What? This is a shish kebab. It looks like a bunch of PlayStation buttons. The pike. And the kitlets kill me. And then you know what? Why not make these? Who's gonna stop me? No one, that's who. The fortress armor. There we go. Got us some stamps, other fun stuff. What is this? Ark of the Covenant? You can just make that? A box you mustn't open, and if you do, you mustn't look inside. I'm gonna make 3 of them. Who's gonna stop me? Anything else? Anything else? Nope, doesn't seem so. I have so many shards, we should start, like, making our weapons and stuff better. It's like Excalibur. Yeah, make Excalibur better. Attack shard 4. Whoop. Imagine being Excalibur, like, the best weapon of all time, and it's like, hey, look. +1. Whoop. Jade Vestments +1. We're just gonna start making these ultimate things even better. It'll probably help with Zone Cage, since it's, you know, the post-game dungeon and all. Lineage and Legacies, you can tell because it's the orange save instead. Hello, I'd like to go to Barona. We're not in service at the moment. Not in service at the moment. Can I? Oh, I can still fly. I was about to say, like, how do I get to Barona? I'm surprised that the ship was left with Asbel and not someone else. You mean to tell me that they left the flying ship with Asbel instead of Pascal? Also, hold up. I want to go to Turtle HQ because I know there's a side quest thing there. I didn't think we'd have the ship back so soon. Upfront Draft, thank you so much for subbing with Prime for 4 months. Greatly appreciated, brother. All right, what's going on with these losers over here? I don't think any of Berseria's side quests were missable, but they were also easy to find, so I don't know for sure. Berseria probably had some missable skits, though, if I had to guess. Arise is the first game where nothing was missable. Yeah, I can't really fault Berseria for some skits being missable and all, but Arise definitely does it the best way, where you can, like, watch back ones that you missed timing-wise. Hey there. Travelers, welcome to Turtles headquarters. On behalf of all Turtles, I'd like to apologize for the interruption of the Turtles' transports. Yeah, you better. Did something happen? We've been operating in the red for a while now. We just can't justify the expenses at the moment. Aw, dude, I feel ya. Life is rough. Really? You're losing money? Business has boomed in the last 6 months. What, 'cause of new travel between the 3 nations? But we gots to feed our tortoises, you know, and that meat ain't free. We went and spent all our gold on feed, and now we're operating at a loss. Oh my goodness. I see. I guess that makes sense. The more transport we get, the more gold we lose, so now only top applicants can pass the Turtles entrance exam. Hello? I'm a Turtles in training, so there's nothing I can do. They won't even let me pass the test. That's because your grades are terrible. What just happened? Well, good luck. We'd love to find us some replacement feed, but we've been so busy we ain't had the time. Do the tortoises only eat meat? What am I, a veterinarian? Believe me, I'd love to feed them new food and see how they take it. But there's no point unless the new feed could be produced in mass quantities. In that case, you should look into some kind of specialty product. I bet we could get a lot of apples from Rindor. Well, then you got your hands on some of them apples and you bring them here, we'd be most appreciative, yeah? Alright, if we find any apples, we'll be sure to bring them here. Please, you gotta help us. Good luck, friend. I probably have a lot of apples. Stop waving at me. You brought us apples. Thanks a bunch. I'll give them to the tortoises right now. Alright, there you go. Number of apples now held, 11. They like them. Woo, ain't that a load off my mind? They're so sweet, but if Windor has a bad apple harvest, we'll be out of feed again, yeah? That's why we should try Strata's specialty next. I think Strata's specialty is bananas, right? I'm sorry to trouble you, but could you bring us some bananas next? We'd be real grateful. All right, if we find any bananas, we'll bring them here. Pascal's gonna be so upset. You brought us bananas, thanks. I'll give them to the tortoise right now. All right, I assume we just have to do this a certain amount of times. I don't even know how many I'm having to give up. They like them. Woo, ain't that a load off my mind? But that ain't enough. The tortoises eat entire bunches in one gulp. So, let me guess. You want to try Fendel's specialty, right? I'm sorry to ask, but just think of it as helping out your favorite land-based transportation animals. What is Fendel's? Peach? Peaches? Now, what was Fendel's special fruit? It's peaches, ain't it? Thanks for bringing us Fendel's specialty. You're the best. I'll give them to the tortoises right now. Yeah, peaches. I only had to give you one because it said I'm still holding 14, so I must have given you one and I had 15. They like them. Woo, ain't that a load off my mind? No kidding, eating fruit from all over the world is a lot of work. Hey, were you stealing from the fruit jar? Uh-oh. I'll deal with you later. As for you guys, thanks so much for the help. So do you think you could start running Turtles transports again? You bet. We're currently double-checking all our routes from each country. Once that's all finished, we'll resume operations. That's great. Turtles transports are important to everyone's livelihoods. We'll do our best to meet your needs. Meanwhile, please continue to support your local T-Marts and Turtle transports. Oh, so I'm good? We're done? Alright. I assume, unless Lone Wolf tells me otherwise, that's all I had to do for that side quest. That was really quick and easy. Already had everything we needed and all. Whoop. Now we go to Barona and continue the main story. There are no side quests we can do at the moment. Just out of interest, would you prefer if Mystic Arts were chainable again, like in Berseria, or not chainable, like in Arise? They're chainable in Berseria? What do you mean chainable? I don't understand what you mean by chainable. In Berseria, you could, like, chain Mystic Arts? Like, go from one Mystic Art into another one? That doesn't sound right. Can you do that? I played Berseria not that long ago. I don't remember, like, doing Mystic Art after Mystic Art. How do you do Mystic Arts in Arise? I don't remember. There are so many different ways to do Mystic Art. Like, they change up how you do Mystic Arts in, like, every single game. I really only remember off the top of my head how they work in this game, which is when you're in Elith Break. And then in Zillia, because in Zillia, I don't remember what it's called, but you have a bar pretty much exactly like Elith Breaking in this game, and you have to fill it up by doing combo attacks and stuff, and when you do, then you go into a mode where you can do Mystic Arts. Arise is getting to super mode, then by combos? Right, I vaguely remember that, yeah. Oh my goodness, you're right, it is Hubert. This is his cousin, Raymond, what's up? What are you doing here of all places? I'm here on official business. I'm to meet with Duke Dallin and organize the next Windor Strata Summit. Alright. Anyways, I mean, Mystic Arts, all I care about is being able to do them and that they look cool. To me, a Mystic Art should be, like, you get into a certain state, like the Elith Break or something, or you pull off, like, a very specific combo and it costs you something to do it, so you can't just spam them. And then you, like, you meet the conditions and trigger it, and then it does a big bunch of damage, and it's not something you can, like, do easily or repeatedly. And therefore, as a result, when you do it effectively, when you pull off those necessities, or you get into that form like you're in an Elith Break or whatever, your reward for getting to that state, or pulling off those whatever combos you had to do, is that big damage nuke. I don't really...
Hello, Asbel. It's so nice to see you again.
I was interrupted.
Sharia!
That motion.
Wait a minute. What's the matter with you?
I just didn't expect to see you here, that's all.
King Richard has asked our relief organization for assistance.
Is that so? Well, I'm sure you'll be a huge help.
Why are you acting so weird?
It's nothing. So, how's the relief work going anyway?
We've been running ragged lately. People need our help more than ever. I've lost count of how many times I've visited Strata and Fendel.
That busy, huh? So does that mean that the monster attacks continue to keep on increasing?
We're at our busiest when times are bad. It's been pretty difficult. Honestly, I'd happily lose my job if it meant things were peaceful again. So where's Sophie? Why isn't she here?
Well, she...
Tell me the truth. She's not sick, is she?
No, she's fine, but she...
Lord Asbel, Miss Sharia, thank you both so much for coming.
It's good to see you again, Duke Dallin.
His Highness is waiting in the throne room. Right this way, please.
My man Richard really is the ultimate wingman. He's like, I'll invite Sharia and Asbel specifically so they run into each other. Genius, genius, genius! Oh man, what a lad, what a lad. Yeah, I was about to say, you can really tell that this was the part of the game that was made on the PlayStation 3 instead of the Wii. They, when it, like, that scene alone had more, like, animation and movement to it than any sequence that wasn't straight up animated in the entire rest of the game before this. You upgraded your outfit too? His eyes are normal. I think I like Richard's other outfit more, but this is also good.
Asbel, Sharia, thank you for coming.
What is it, Richard?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry, Asbel. You came here despite all that's going on right now.
It's no trouble at all. I'm always ready to help you.
Always ready to help out. You haven't changed at all. All of this was, in no small way, all my fault. However, getting rid of these monsters is the best way I can think of to make amends. And yet it seems that I can't even do that without your assistance.
It's all right. Apologies for the delay, Your Highness.
The lads! Coffee night?
It's good to see you again, Captain. And you as well, Hubert. Now we just need Pascal, and our merry gang will be complete once again.
Wasn't Pascal supposed to accompany you, Captain?
Yes, I waited for her at the harbor, but she never showed up.
That girl never changes. I swear. What's she doing now?
Well, most of us have gathered, so let's go ahead and begin.
In the last month, monster attacks have been occurring in strata with greater frequency.
It's the same in Fendel. We have fewer monsters, but each seems to do more damage than the last.
A familiar story. We and Windor share the same problem.
Do we know what's causing this?
We've been looking into it, but so far have learned nothing. However, we also know that King Richard has located one of their nests.
Recently, some of my knights stumbled onto an ancient underground ruin in the area near Glowandi. The place was crawling with creatures spawned from Lambda.
I knew the foul beasts had to be hiding somewhere.
An underground nest? It's worth investigating at least.
And if we can destroy it altogether, it should help cut down on the number of monster attacks.
The ruins appear to be of a Marcian origin.
So that's why you wanted Pascal. It's indeed unfortunate that she didn't make it.
Unfortunate, but not critical. We'll just have to investigate without her.
I suppose so. By the way, Asbel, where's Sophie?
She's... Actually, let's talk about that later. Right now we should focus on the ruins.
Asbel,
Very well. With your permission, Highness, we shall strike out immediately.
The entrance to the ruins is in the catacombs beneath Barona. Let's get going.